Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly update video, and as usual I got a few things to share with you this week. Again, I know I had mentioned it last week, Meijer stores are blowing out their car culture at $2 a pop, so pick some up for some wheel donors. I got 6 vehicles here that are going to get drilled apart and the wheels taken from them. So Suresh actually brought those down from Green Bay, so thank you, buddy, for that. So he picked those up for $2 a piece to add to our little wheel bank. And yeah, I've been customizing in the garage at my house with Suresh and Crazy Todd. All of us just hanging out, throwing a couple back, and you know, having fun with these little toy cars. So pretty cool. So yeah, so we got some more wheels to add, and then let's see here. So I don't really have much to show you as far as customs go. The only one I have like that I would call finish is this one right here. This is a Dodge Daytona from Erdl, or Racing Champions, whatever you want to say. This is the Erdl casting. This is not the Racing Champions release. If you watch my videos a lot, or you've watched the one in the past where I got this car that used to look somewhat like this, except for it was yellow. I got this vehicle, opened it up, and the hood just kind of crumbled apart. So I decided, well, you know what, that'd be a good one to do a rust bucket with. And I think this looks pretty cool. I'll show it close up in the second half of the video and kind of explain what I did to it to get this effect. Pretty neat. Kind of used a couple of different ideas from other people and kind of put them together to do that. But yeah, this is sweet casting, but getting these old Erdl ones, sometimes you're going to get a bad one that was made with a bad batch of metal, and you pull it out of the package and you'll get some crumbling in the hood and stuff like that. That's very unfortunate. So that's the only custom I have to show you, and again, I'll show that closer up in the second segment. My buddy Crazy Todd, when he came over, brought me a couple things. This is a Porsche 959. I already have 2 of this one, except for the difference is, and why didn't I get the other one? Here it is. So, you got a hood tampo. This one is missing the hood tampo. So, it is an error. So that's kind of cool to add to my 959 collection. So yeah, no hood tampo. I don't know if this is a variation that is normal, and there's a bunch of these, or if it's just an error. I'm not sure, but I didn't have it, and now I do. So there is that. And then he also picked up for me this guy, this 959, which this is the re-release of this colorway that was in the anniversary, I think, 30 years of Hot Wheels series. It's the same. I think it's the same little series that came with it's like a card inside of a plastic like box or whatever, and a cardboard box with plastic in the front. I think it's the same series that they did a VW drag bus. They re-released the original release of that in the series. The way you can tell is there's a tampo. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that there, but there's a tampo right there in the wing. And I believe it says 30 years of Hot Wheels. I think it's 30. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, there is that, and I did already have this, and I got it from Jimmy Mitchell, but looking at them close up, and I'll probably show these close up in the next segment just to show the color difference, but there is a definite variation in the color going on there. So there is that. He also grabbed me one of these Baja Bugs. I just got a couple of these from Sick Diecast, and now I just got another variation of it that I didn't have, so that is pretty cool. Thank you very much, Todd. As usual, you're the best. So there is that. So I did score a chase this week. I scored a green machine. Again, another green machine. I've had a lot of luck with green machines lately. I think I scored 4 at a clip that one time, and then another one later on, like that same weekish, and then another one this week. So that's 6 in the last like 14 or so days. That's quite a bit, especially considering I'm only getting them from one store. So, all from a Toys R Us in my area. But there is your green machine. This is going to end up going to my buddy Josh. So, it's already spoken for. And there is that. So, it's pretty cool to get another. It's another hitch and tow greenie. Walking Dead. I did like The Walking Dead. the first couple seasons of it. And then, to be honest with you, it got kind of silly. I didn't really dig it. I didn't really dig the direction it was going, so I kind of stopped watching it. So you guys may hate on me for that, because I know there's a lot of Walking Dead fans out there. First season of it, the way that was in comparison to how it, I don't know, how it got. Yeah, whatever. You can say what you want about that, but not a big, huge Walking Dead fan, so this I had no problem trading, and I'm not a big Jeep fan either, so no problem trading that. So there was that. What else should I show you? Oh yeah, the other things I picked up that same day was I got the rest of the Club V-Dub Series. So there is the cool, this is the one that I definitely had to have. This fire truck one with a ladder truck. The ladder does not move, by the way, as far as I know. I know WTFFOR took one of these, I think, out of the package, and the ladder does not go up or down or swivel or anything. I'm pretty sure it's just permanently attached where it is, which is fine. But so there's that, and then this one here, this is white. It's got that cool grill thing going on, brush guard. So there's that one, and this one's really cool, the Volkswagen Beetle taxi cab. Awesome. So now I have all 6 of these in this particular set, which is release 5. And then I went back and looked at the rest of my VW, my Club V-Dub series. There are 2 that I am missing between Series 1 and Series 5. One from Series 1 and one from Series 2. So I'm missing a Beetle from, and I'll show you, actually I'll explain this in the second half of the video. Or no, I won't. Let me just go grab that real quick. The reason why I am missing the one in Series 1 is because when I picked up the series, or when my buddy actually picked it up for me at Toys R Us when he told me they were there and I really wanted them, like, pick me up the whole set. I'll just pay you cash for it. This was in there. And I, to tell you the truth, back then, I did not know this was a green machine. I had no idea. I just thought it was the green one in the release. But it's actually not. It's a green machine. It's a green body green machine. But there is, you can see the original color, what the color of the car is supposed to be on the outer part of the rim. So I'm missing this one from Series 1. I need just a regular one. So kind of oddball problem to have, right? And then the other one I'm missing is, I think it's like a brown. I think it's brown. Beetle from Series 2. So I'm missing those 2, and then once I get those, I will have the entire set of Club V-Dub Series 1 through Series 5. Now, when I acquire those 2, and I will get them hopefully sometime in the near future, I may just go ahead and open up this all 5 series of cars, and I'll do just a special video just on those VWs. So I may do that. We'll see what happens, and we'll see how long it takes me to get the others. Now, another one that I found, they put out an old set. This is Series 13 of Black Bandit series, so I had to pick up this Monte Carlo SS. I missed it the first time these came out at my Toys R Us, but they stocked a case of these. This is the same series that has the Nissan GTR in it, which I have that car in duplicate. This one I just did not have, so I had to pick it up. We're going to go ahead and crack this one in the next segment of the video and show it up close. We're also going to crack this one, and to be honest, I don't know what series this is from, or if it was from a series. It just says limited edition. It's got kind of cool card art on it, so I kind of almost wanted to keep it carded, but I'm just going to crack it loose. Like I said, I'm running out of room on this pegboard wall here. It's being taken over completely by Auto World. So I'm starting to get the bug to crack some stuff that I've had sitting around carded. And to be honest, this card's not in the greatest of condition. I got this thing secondhand, and it's still got like sticker residue on it. And it's kind of scuffed up, so open it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so, one other Greenlight thing. Actually, 2 more Greenlight things. This thing is another purchase from Toys R Us. Had to get this. So far, I've got 1 of each casting of the Motorhomes that they've come out with. So, and I'll show you the other 3 that I have in with this one, because I'm going to open this one up. So we'll look at all 4. I think there's only been 4 different Motorhomes out. I know there's different variations of each one or whatever, but there's only been 4 actual different castings, as far as I know. So we will take a look at all 4 next to each other in the second half. Let's see here. And then some more stuff from Suresh real quick. including he found me one of these. Booyah, Ultra Red Dodge Dart Swinger. Funny thing about this is I already had this one loose, and I had to trade it to get my Ford GT40, which I got from Snake's Diecast, and then boom, 2 weeks later, or whatever, a couple weeks later, old case of Auto World has been hitting places. It's been hitting Toys R Us and stuff, and it's been hitting, there's been an old case that's been hitting Walmarts. Anyway, so my buddy Shresh found this, and he was very excited actually to find me an Ultra Red, so pretty sweet to put this thing back into my collection. That's awesome. And he also found me at a Meijer store this hitch and tow. International Scout hitch and tow, pretty sweet. I do kind of collect the International Scout casting. Now I just need the other one. There's an orange one in this series that I got to get, and then I'll be current with the International Scouts. At least the new Johnny Lightning International Scouts. I don't have any of the old variations, with the exception of one. Suresh also found this green machine lately, this Interceptor, and this one's going to AR Hotbox. Shout out to you, Angel. He drives a Crown Vic and collects this Hot Pursuit series in earnest, and we'll go ahead and we're going to get that to him. So that is pretty sweet. And let's see, what else? Oh, speaking of old Auto World cases, this is one, Release 4. This is the case that's been hitting Walmarts. First time around, I wasn't really going after every single Auto World, so I didn't have this car. I never picked up this white Grand Prix. So now I have it. So now that series is complete with all the regular cars. So that's pretty cool to complete that. And then I also found this. My Walmart finally stocked new racing champions, and I found the Buick Grand National. Now, there's something going on the front of this. I don't know if it's a paint flaw or what it is, so we are going to crack it because I want to see if I can wipe off whatever is on the hood of it. I'll show you that in the second half of the video. But we will go ahead and crack that in the second half. And then we're also going to crack 2 random Johnny Lightnings. A Dodge Viper and a Nissan 350Z. And these are both in the Poker series. So I've had these for a while, and we're going to open them up. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so let's first take a look at the Daytona custom I made. This is, again, this is the Ertl casting. This one's not without issue as well. It's got a little bit of, I don't know if you want to call it oxidation or something is what's happening. But the story, I don't really know what the story is with the metal that they used. But some of it is either just poorly made where it's got air pockets, and that's what causes it to eventually, I don't know, break down from the inside out. But this one's still in decent shape. And then this was the yellow one I got at the same time. And now obviously it's not in good shape at all because of what I did to it. But here you go. This is the way I do rusty customs. Now I have shown, I think, a couple of these previous. This has been clear coated. It's been clear coated with a matte finish, so that's why it's not continually falling apart and the rust isn't coming off of it. But basically what I do is kind of a 2-step process, well, 3 steps maybe. First thing I do is take the casting apart. Second thing I do is scuff up the car where I want muriatic acid to eat away at the metal. So, mostly focused around wheel wells and stuff. Obviously, I went to town here on this side. But yeah, mostly, like I said, you know, you just kind of want to scuff it apart or scuff the paint off where you want the acid to really go to town on the car. So then you drop the body or the metal pieces into muriatic acid or hydrochloric acid, and go ahead and let that eat the car away. You got to really watch it though, because if you let it sit in there too long, you will come back to just soup with paint, and there will be no metal left. So you got to really be careful, and different cars and castings and thicknesses of metal get eaten away at different speeds. You basically make a 50-50 mix of the stuff with that in water. Always add acid to water, not water to acid, by the way. And yeah, you will get divots and holes and all sorts of surface texture in the metal as a result of that. The second thing you need to do is actually need to add the rust coloration, or the third thing I guess you need to do is add the rust coloration. Now the rust color is made with steel wool mixed with hydrogen peroxide, a 50-50 mix of hydrogen peroxide and vinegar. You put the steel wool in there, it begins to rust immediately. You take that stuff and you brush that sludge onto the car, and then you take a heat gun and dry it, and then continue the process until you get the desired look you want. Okay, so that is that. And then when you're all done, you can go ahead and clear coat the whole thing. So there it is, and that's how that one looks. I think this one turned out pretty cool. It was a way to salvage that very disappointing broken casting that I received, and was able to go ahead and make something kind of neat with it. I think it looks pretty cool. So maybe went a little overboard on the weathering effect, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty awesome. So there is that. Next thing we can talk about real quick is these Porsche 959s. Just wanted to show these real quick close up. So no tampo on this side, which is normal. They have a Hot Wheels tampo on one side, which is odd, but it's normal for this car. And then that's how it's supposed to look. You got kind of like the drawn-on flames, twin turbo on the back, and then this one's got the flames just on the roof of the car, and it's missing them on the hood. So just wanted to show that close up. And next up, we'll take a look at this. Now, this is the 959 that I got from Todd, that I believe it's the 30-year. It's either the 30 or 35th anniversary. I think it's the 30th anniversary. I don't know. I can't read it. It's too small. So either way, this is a Porsche 959. It's not the original one that was in this colorway, and I'll show you that in just a second. This is definitely, though, a darker variation. I don't know how well across it's going to come on camera than this one that I got from Jimmy Mitchell 24/7. And this one is a little bit lighter color. And the reason why I'm pretty sure there probably is a variation and it's done on purpose, because the original one did have a variation as well. This is the lighter color of it, and this is the original. I couldn't tell you offhand what year this came out. I think it was, I want to say this casting was available. It has an old card besides the blue card numbered cards, so I'm guessing it was 1989 or 1988 maybe. I think 89 actually was when this car was available. Anyhow, if you take a look at this, this is definitely lighter than these two. And there is apparently a dark variation of the original one. I have never actually been able to find it or seen one in person. And it's hard to tell in pictures without having them side by side if you're getting the darker variation or the lighter variation, because I don't think it's quite as dark as this. So there is that. But if anybody has the dark variation of the original 959, I'm definitely interested in it. Please let me know. And right, so there is that. What should we look at next? Let's do some of that Johnny Lightning cracking real quick. We'll crack these two cars. These are from the Poker series. I'm guessing they're from thereabouts 2005-ish. Where's the trademark on this sucker? 2005. So probably 2006. Pretty cool. Nissan 350Z Poker series. We're going to go ahead and open them up. Comes with a poker chip. Plastic Johnny Lightning poker chip. And then it also comes with two cards. And I believe if you did collect, and they're suited, an 8 and a 9. If you did get all the ones in the series, I believe you ended up with a full Johnny Lightning deck of cards. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that is what they were going for, and kind of a neat idea. So you needed to get, whatever, 26 cars. So here is your Nissan 350Z. Pretty sweet. I gotta say, this version of the casting looks better, I think, than the recent one that came out in the Street Freak series with flames. At least the colorway is a lot better. It's just black with red trim. One thing interesting as well about these poker cars is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see inside here at the seats, but they are a felt green. So just like top of a card table. You're playing some poker or some blackjack. It's got that green felt. That is on those seats. And you'll see that again here when we crack open this Dodge Viper. It'll be much easier to see because this one doesn't have a top on it. So here's the Viper RT10. And pop that open. Again, you get a poker chip. This time we got an 8 and a 7. So, well, we got a pair of 8s so far. And we got a decent cribbage hand for sure for you guys that play cribbage. I don't know if that's just like a Wisconsin thing or what, but cribbage is one of the best games ever. And if you don't know how to play it or never have played it, you should learn how to play it. It's really fun. Really good mix of skill and luck. So there's that. And here is the Viper. I think this is the only Johnny Lightning Viper of this particular RT10 casting that I have. One thing I noticed too is they do have some tampos on there that are very subtle. This has a heart right there. And I don't think it has anything else. Ace of Spades is the license plate. This one has a J on the hood, if you can kind of see it. And then I believe that's Joker right there. So there's that. And then again, you see the felt seats. Pretty sweet. Hood opens on this one, but not very far. And I'm definitely not going to try to force it. So we'll leave that shut. And there is your Viper RT10. So 2 cool cars from that series. Interesting they did that with the felt seats. That's the one thing that's really cool about Johnny Lightning is they definitely do some unique things. Definitely hit or miss with whether or not I will like it or, you know, normal people would like the stuff. But they did some neat things, neat ideas. So got to dig that. So there's those 2 little Johnny Lightnings. Put those to the side, and then we'll quickly crack this Buick Grand National from Racing Champions Mitt. These regular castings are limited to 1256, so not a whole lot of them, and definitely not going to make it to every Walmart. And there it is. This thing is awesome. Just killer. Rubber tires with tread, metal body, metal base. I believe the hood should open. And there's the little flaw. I don't know if well you can see that right here in the paint. And if you look close, it looks like something hit the headlight when it was being painted on, and actually painted white onto the hood. And yes, it's removable. It's coming right off. So that is sweet. I'm glad I opened this one up. So there's that. Let's see if I can get the hood to open. Oh my gosh, that looks really tight. That looks really tight, and I'm definitely not going to dig into it, so we will leave that shut for right now. This is the same casting as the Buick Regal, or whatever it was, that came out in the previous series. It's the exact same casting. This is just in all black, and just sick piece to add. I'm going to take some cool pictures of this one for sure. So there is that bad mofo. So now let's take a look at this bad mofo. Here's another car in black that's very, very cool. The Chevy Monte Carlo. Very close in style to the Grand National. This is a 1984 Monte Carlo by Greenlight in the Black Bandit series. Just an awesome looking car. Scale-wise, I think Racing Champions. But this one is actually, this is a Johnny Lightning tool, by the way. Just so you guys know, even though it's under the Racing Champions brand, which you've realized they've been using other tools from other brands, other round 2 brands, this is definitely a Johnny Lightning tool, but it's a bigger tool. So I think they've been using the larger castings in Racing Champions, because Racing Champions, the standard Racing Champions castings do run a bit bigger than 1/64 scale. They're closer to almost M2, M2s in scale. All right, so here's this Monte Carlo SS. Very, very nice. I believe the hood opens on this one. There we go, and that popped right open. So hood opens, can't see in there because it's all blacked out, but very cool. So let's take a look at the stock version of this car. It's Monte Carlo SS. Pre-cut it open, of course. And this thing is pretty awesome too. Oh, we got a non-roller, which definitely happens quite often with the old Greenlight. I'm not sure when this one came out. It's the copyright date, 2015, so actually not that long ago. So there that is. Of course, we know the hood opens. Let's see if the engine's detailed on this one. Yep, definitely detailed on that one. So that is pretty cool. Very awesome little car. Dig it. I think I like the Black Bandit a little bit better, though. I like that blacked out, murdered out look on this car. It looks great. And then, of course, the Grand National, though, looks just awesome. So, very, very cool to add those 3 to the loose collection. And we only got one more thing to show you and talk about, and that is going to be Greenlight mobile homes. So it started with this one, the Bounder, which we saw in a Breaking Bad release, and then that HD Trucks release. This is the HD Trucks version, which I always go for the non-Hollywood versions of castings, just because I'm going after the actual car, not after the affiliation with whatever movie it's in, unless it's something I totally dig. But yeah, so there is that. There's the Bounder. That was the first one that they put out. I think I'm going to be correct here on the order. So the next one is this, the 2016 Fleetwood Bounder, and this has come out in a couple different colorways. First green machine I actually found in the wild was one of these, and I still have it. It's a green base. It's a green base one, so green wheels, green base. I've actually tried to trade it a couple times, and not too many people want it, so I think I may just keep it. But anyway, here is this. I really dig this one. This is something that you would see on the road today. Well, maybe you'd see an older one on the road today, but these you definitely see more often. See them parked in Walmart parking lots quite a bit, because that is pretty much a campsite. So here is that. So that's the second one we saw. And then the next one would be the Winnebago. This one is awesome. They did this one extra good. The plastic pieces are a lot more durable than they are on this Bounder. These are real chintzy on the Bounder. Definitely stepped it up with this one. And then we get another classic one, the Condor. And this one's really nice too. So they did a great job on this one too. I just cut this one loose. There's your Condor. Really cool looking. I love that they're putting out these big motorhomes. Big old RVs. Really dig that they're putting all those out. So cool, and I will always pick up at least one version of each one, and I'll definitely have them all loose. Those look really good together. The Bounder looks a little weird. It looks slightly smaller than the rest, and it probably is smaller in real life. I don't know if these are really true to 1/64, but they're definitely, you know, they could be for sure. Well, that's not, I guess, appropriate because it's not a Greenlight. Let's do that. Kind of get an idea of size. Yeah, I'm gonna guess they're pretty close. So that's that. So I didn't get too much stuff this week, but of course still found a green machine, so that was pretty cool. We'll see what I come up with for the next video. And until then, you guys have a good one. Yeah, have a great week, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.